All right, welcome back. We just got the lobby set up here, and we should be starting any minute now. So we'll go ahead and transition that over to you for Overwatch. So I believe the format will be best of 3. So Marietta was the home team, so they got the first pick. So they're going to go with Kings Row for the first map. And the way it will happen is whoever loses gets to pick the next map. And maps and map types cannot be replicated. So we will not see Kings Row or Assault Escort
as the second game then.
Right.
Or even as a possible third game.
Correct.
So we'll have an escort, we'll have a zone control one, and then we'll have a.
So there's territories, there's assaults. So we'll just have to see what they pick. So right now they're just assembling the heroes. Looks like we do see the chat. I'm trying to remember if there was a way to set up where you can't see the chat. I can't remember off the top of my head. We might just have to leave the controls there. I want to try to hide. Oh, that's right. I think if I remember right, you have to do like a special thing. So we won't worry about that. Hopefully no one types in anything that we're going to regret later.
Alright, so looks like teams have already been picked up here. It's going to be Marietta pushing first, it looks like, while we're going to be having Mount Union defending and trying to stop. Let's see, what are our teams made up of here?
Yeah, so it looks like we have Roadhog and Ori for tanks. We see Sombra and Widowmaker for DPS, and Zenyatta and Ana for support.
Okay, so a fairly well-balanced team there. We'll see here soon what's going to be on the Mount Union side once we get into the match and start filling out some of these roles up here.
Yeah, I mean, they've made some changes where when you do competitive matches, you have to do a 2-2-2 comp now for 2 tanks, 2 DPS, 2 healers. So you can't have anything like Ghost anymore. So finally the Ghost comp is dead. Thank goodness. No one liked the Ghost comp if they had to play it.
Alright, Ori, very good tank with these shields. You can kind of get a little bit of like layer pushing, where you can kind of keep moving up a little bit at a time.
And with the Roadhog, we try to go for some picks here.
Kings Row, I would say this bottleneck right here is one of the toughest parts to get through, to actually get the escort started. Getting through this little wall here, you only have one area, and then you have the upper ledge. So you have kind of 2 ways, but meanwhile, the defense-wise, they only have 2 ways to really watch. So once you get through here, it opens up a little bit more ability of where you could be, where you can attack from, and where you're getting attacked from.
Yeah, so we'll have to see. It's like most of Marietta is kind of grouping up to see if they can get some kills to push forward, but that also makes them vulnerable to any splash damage.
Looks like we also had Zenyatta switching over to Lucio.
Yeah. Yeah, and we do see the other comps. So we see like Sigma and Ori for their tanks. We see we got McCree for DPS. We got Bastion Moira for support.
Doomfist.
And Doomfist, yeah, I forgot about Doomfist. So right now, Mount Union's putting up a pretty good defense for the Overwatch team.
Ori's trying to keep her shield up the best they can. They're trying to get some damage pushed through, but they're having their own shields on the Mount Union side. They have to push through those as well, so...
We see the portal coming out to at least help them get to a different position, but this may give
Symmetric kind of pushing in behind the lines here a little bit, utilizing her teleport to try to like get some behind the lines attacks on Mount Union here.
Let's up the tempo.
Right now, Marietta is definitely having some trouble with getting to the payload.
I've seen some matches on Kings Row where they end here. It's just such a tough choke point to get through to be able to actually start this escort mission. And then once you get the escort mission started, it gets a little bit easier. So,
just a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a lot of it's just coming down to breaking down those shields because with both Sigma and Ori, they have double the shields. That's just very difficult to penetrate through.
Marietta may want to think about maybe using a similar technology or a similar strategy with maybe a Reinhardt, that maybe switching off between the shields of Ori and Reinhardt, try to get a little bit more of a push going through. Because right now, Roadhog, he can't seem to get in there to get a pull to kind of capitalize on any kind of engagement. But speaking of, as I say that, he gets a little bit of a pull, but no death able to come of it.
And then we see the Sigma all coming in and just doing a ton of damage to everyone. So it's a good move on Mount Union Sigma to get that many kills.
Ori backing up here, trying to regroup with Marietta as they respawn here.
But now they have about 30 seconds to try to see if they can get a push. So right now, there are a couple ults that are getting close, but they're going to have to do something now because there's only 20 seconds left in this round.
And we do see a Reinhardt coming out here with Ori, so we're going to be seeing a little bit of shield rotation, trying to really push in here. Get this with 13 seconds left on the game. There's too many shields. It does not look like Marietta's going to be able to push in. Mount Union looks like they're going to be able to hold this. Reinhardt going in with the dash, holding in there. He can hold in there a little bit longer.
So they are in there. It's overtime, but I don't think anyone's there now.
They've been kicked back out of it. It looks like Mount Union's going to be taking the round 1 victory here.
Right, so what they'll do is it's not game 1 yet, so they'll swap sides. And so Marietta is going to have to do the same thing. They're going to have to be able to hold and prevent them from taking the payload. If they take the payload, then the first game will go to Mount Union. But yeah, just look at the double shields was very effective for them, for just being able to just prevent the team from taking any major damage.
Yeah, they just kept that rotation between each shield. So as one shield went down, you had another shield right there to really just support Mount Union and keep that damage from hitting through. So I think maybe if Marietta would have switched to the Reinhardt combo with Orianna maybe a little sooner to keep that push going in as well, maybe they could have gotten a little bit more, but they very rarely seem to have gotten into that zone.
And we'll have to see if Marietta decides to do a similar strategy that Mount Union did with the double shields. And they do have the Reinhardt and the Ori, so at least they will have double shields. So we'll see how well that goes against.
We've seen support left with Lucio and Symmetra, but we also see a Bastion coming out. So with 2 shields, maybe he can kind of just post up and utilize those shields and just charge through them.
Oh yeah, I mean, plus Ori has turrets as well, so you have double turrets going on here. And actually, Symmetra is no longer support; she is considered DPS now. So Bastion is the newer support.
Okay,
he's really interesting because he's kind of one of those that can heal or do damage. But his big thing is like he has this kind of immunity beacon thing that just kind of helps prevent people from dying, so they have to destroy that beacon in order to kill people.
Gotcha, okay.
And his ult is kind of like this, it's not like a portal, but it's kind of like this little screen where when you shoot through it, it amplifies what you shoot through it.
We see Marietta going with the strategy. They're posting up here on this ledge just above the objective here. Keeping shields up between Reinhardt and Orianna to kind of alternate shields for their Bastion to be able to do some damage through it.
And also just trying to get that initial damage as they go to the choke point. So it looks like Mount Union has already gone around them from behind, so they're trying to get some damage onto them to prevent taking the point. But we do see
they've pushed in behind a lot, and they're already pushed in, taking out the Bastion, taking out the Symmetra. Reinhardt able to take out their I think Junkrat, it looks like.
Yeah,
but then they've taken out the zone already. So
yeah, so the first game will go to Mount Union since they were able to take that first point.
Yeah, Mount Union just had a very good defense in that first round that turned into Marietta not able to push in. Marietta not able to do the same defense and hold them back, allowing them to actually just push in, take that objective very quickly. So that'll be the first game for Mount Union. So we'll have a 1-0. We'll be going into our second game here, but we will not be seeing an escort. So we'll be seeing a different game type here.
Yeah, so it looks like in the chat they're saying Oasis, so that could very well be that's probably going to be the next one since Marietta lost, they do get to pick the next map. So we'll see.
So we'll likely be going into Oasis, which I believe is a zone capture objective map.
Yeah, so we'll give them a chance to get the lobby set up. In fact, I'm going to double check some stuff to the team, so I'll be right back. So just give us a second here.
All right, so while they get that guys set up, this is going to be our last series of the day. So thank you everyone who's joined in and watched this. Don't forget to hit that follow button because we will be doing more of the Great Lakes Esports Conference every Saturday with games like Rocket League, League of Legends, and Overwatch. Also, if you follow here, you may be seeing a little bit more of the Marietta College esports team, where they are also working on some other teams for games like Fortnite, NBA, 2K, and Rainbow Six Siege. So lots of games coming through for Marietta College Esports. Right now we're in the best of 3 series for Overwatch, and it is currently 0 on Marietta College, 1 for Mount Union. If Mount Union wins this next game, they'll be taking the series. Maybe Marietta College can hopefully hold and get a win on this one, taking us into a tied series with a tiebreaker for the last game. So they're currently picking out their level right now. Looking like a control on Oasis is going to be the idea here. And then once they finally decide on the map they want to do, if there's going to be any subs or anything going through, they're going to be doing some subs as well. Give us just a moment, guys, and we'll be starting up this second game of the series.
There we go.
All right, guys. Also, I forgot to mention that while they're working on other games, one of the other games besides Fortnite is also PUBG. So a lot of games that they're working on as well, besides just the Great Lakes Esports Conference. Now, the other games that I mentioned are not in the Great Lakes Esports Conference, so there will be other matches in other conferences or tournaments that you'll be seeing right here at Marietta College Esports, at least as many as we can do. So, all right, so I believe they've gotten their map set up. I think any subs that were coming through have been done.
Yeah, both sides did 1 sub each, just to give people more playing time. So we want to get, one of our guys was out, so we want to make sure he had some playing time in the match. And I think Mount Union was doing the same thing. So I think we're just checking if both sides are ready. Looks like Mount Union is ready. So as soon as Marietta's ready, we'll get game 2 underway. So once again, thank you for, while we're waiting, thank you for spending your morning with us, watching all these games in Rocket League, League of Legends, and Overwatch. If you want to find out more, please be sure to follow us on all of our social media. You can follow us on Facebook at Marietta College Esports, Twitter at Marietta Esports. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel, bit.ly / Marietta College Esports. Just give us 1 second here. Yeah, we did. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Tell them to do one more sub.
All right, guys. So it looks like they're doing one more sub in, but like Matt was saying, make sure you guys follow. There's lots of information being given out. You can also see some of the arena that we have now too over at Marietta College's website. Correct?
Yeah, we have a couple of photos there, just from we got 12 machines in there to 12 high-end gaming machines. They are Alienware with really nice widescreen monitors. But yeah, the room looks really nice, and we're going to be adding some more stuff in there as well. We're going to be adding some support for console gaming, so we're going to be looking to try to get a TV and then put in some kind of console, whether it's a PS4 or something, because some of the games do require a console, like NBA 2K. We're hoping to add some more equipment, and hopefully with enough support we'll be able to add some more machines, so that way we could host more teams at the same time and maybe even make the place open to the public to come in and play games. But that's just going to require a bit more support from everyone. So if you're willing to help with that, please be sure to subscribe to our channel, because any subscriptions will definitely help towards the esports program, whether it's to be able to buy equipment, whether it's to be able to get additional computers. We're even looking at the possibility of trying to provide scholarships for our players. So even any donations or subscriptions would help towards making those things happen.
Yeah, and right now too, with it being September, subscriptions are 50% off. So, and if you have a Twitch Prime, which is through Amazon Prime. You link your Amazon and Twitch together, you get a free sub right there. So
yeah, so if you already have Amazon Prime, then you can support the program for the
nothing.
low price of nothing. And you get to do that every month.
Ooh. All right, guys. So we are jumping in here to Oasis. We'll be starting here. They're selecting their heroes right now, so we'll be going in here in about 8 seconds. Right now, Marietta is down with Mount Union up 1-0. So we'll see if Marietta can pull out a win on this one, take us into a third game of the series. This is, of course, a best of 3 match.
So let's see what Marietta's going with. Be good to click into the game itself. So we see for tanks, Rissa and Rohog, so they're not going with the double tank because it looks like Marietta's on the.
Feeling better?
Oh, it's the capture point. So yeah, so they're going to try to go with the Roadhog again, see if they can get some picks. You see the Ashe and the Symmetra for DPS, and then the Mercy and Brigette. I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. I've heard so many pronunciations for her, but those are our supports.
Okay. All right, so here we go into Oasis. It's going to be a controlling point. Let me see if they can capture this point here, gain some points. Looks like once again, Mount Union going with a double shield strategy. Pushing into the zone. Mount Union already has a very good position inside the zone right now. Marietta is trying to get pushed into it. Taking a lot of damage while trying though. All they have is the shield from Marissa. Meanwhile, Ashe is trying to go around back against Doomfist there.
She gets 2 health, so she's gonna have to back away. Yeah, it looks like Mount Union has the point so far. So
meanwhile, Doomfist though back behind the line here, coming in, taking out the Marietta team. Roadhog coming down to low health too.
So let's see what Mount Union is actually using for the group. So their supports are both Bastion and Morta. And what's nice about them is even though they are supports, they can do damage. So you're definitely focusing on trying to put more damage onto the Pioneers to keep them off the point. And then you got Doomfist there to just kind of go in the back line and disrupt them. And of course, they still have the Sigma and Orisa double shield combo, so that's been working very well for them, so there's no need to change that comp.
Yeah, Mercy here trying to get some revives up here, trying to keep their team healed and relevant for this push into the zone here. But Mount Union pushing back after our tanks here. Roadhog currently trying to survive. Meanwhile, the rest of the team is slowly dropping.
Much to be done.
Yeah, it's just well executed by Mount Union, but the Doomfist Meteor Strike just being able to zone everyone out, and then as that's going on, it gives them a chance to kind of push up and pick off people one by one.
We do have a few ultimates available currently with Roadhog, as well as Mercy. Almost charged up for a few others here. Pushing in a different direction here too.
Yeah, so we have the Symmetra. Oh, it looks like so the Roadhog ult is going out, but it gets the knockback and, well, default.
This is the danger of this side, is that the knockbacks here from something like a Lucio or a Doomfist or anything can knock you back off that ledge even at full health.
Although we do see Marietta was able to get skills, and now they have taken the point.
But Mount Union got up to 93%, so they're going to have to really hold this for a good while to come back into this match.
And that's going to be difficult because even if Mount Union used up all their ultimates, they will be up again before they hit 100%. So it's going to be a matter of can they hold the line when those ults come up. And right now, only one ult is available. And
McCree using his ulti right now.
But it doesn't look like the Deadeye connected to anyone. You do see the Symmetra has already
Meteor
gone
Strike
down.
coming out from Doomfist. Mount Union pushing in here, executing several of the players here. Mercy trying to do what she can, trying to keep one of her players alive.
The Symmetra barrier comes in to help protect everyone. But right now, Mount Union is just able to take a big push.
Mercy goes down, leaving their team vulnerable. No heals coming through right there. 97%. They need to get somebody in that zone to contest it. But they are not able to, so first round there is going to be going to Mount Union.
right, so it's not over yet, but this next round is critical. So if Mountain Union takes this next round, then that will be the entire match. Otherwise, if the Pioneers can take it, then we would go to a third round for game 2. So we'll have to see what kind of adjustments the Pioneers can do in this case. Because right now, Mountain Union is doing very well with their Overwatch team.
Yes, they are. They have a very good synergy between them. Utilizing those multiple shields and trying to just make sure they always have something up to help just absorb some of that damage from Marietta.
Yeah, the double shields while also having healers that can both heal and do damage. I mean, the fact that you have the double shields means there's not as much pressure to have like those heavy healing champions like a Mercy or even a Lucio with AoE healing. So that opens it up to be able to try to push some more damage onto the opposing team, and so far it's working very well for them.
So here with Doomfist trying to go into the back lines here and do some damage. We are in a different location here, so this is going to be a different battle that we're going to be seeing. We have a Junkrat this time from Marietta as well, trying to do some damage from above.
Initially, Mountain Union does take the point, so Marietta's going to have to go in there and try to cause some disruption and get some picks to be able to take that point.
Reviving Junkrat up high, trying to get some of that extra just poke damage down into the zone there from up above. Everyone actually here from Marietta up high, but coming up behind is a Doomfist, but gets put to sleep.
And he gets very low, but he does get away, so that would have been a great time to finish him off, to just try to have a numbers advantage.
They do manage to take out McCree for Mountain Union, but then looks like Doomfist taking out Doomfist.
Although they're doing a pretty good push, although they just lost Doomfist and Anna.
Revive coming through though for Doomfist. Some good damage going against Mountain Union right now. Maybe Marietta can finish off pulling this, but looks like they almost had it captured, but most of the Marietta team has fallen. It's going to be going back to Mountain Union now. Currently at 57%. They have to make some plays quickly and get that. Almost had it there, just didn't quite get enough of a push. I think those shields just absorbing just a little bit of that damage. They're not able to get the damage they want to the players.
Yeah, it's just that shield, and because of that shields, they don't have to heal as much, so their healers are able to do damage, so they're just able to put out more damage than Marietta. So there are a couple ults ready, so the Nano Boost is ready, Valkyrie is ready, and Riptire. So if Marietta can utilize this properly, they would have a chance to take the point. So Nano Boost is now out, Riptire is going out.
They're pushing and trying to get past that shield there of Orisa. Both shields currently up though, and they're pushing Mount Union out.
Yeah.
But as of right now, are they going to be able to take it? There you go. Okay, yeah, they did enough damage here. Looks like they're going to be able to take it for right now, but they're also at 99%, which means they're not going to be able to lose it. They got to hold it for the rest of this match.
Yes. And the other thing that's worth mentioning about Mount Union's comp that I didn't even think about is the fact with Bastion, not only can he do the damage, but that immunity barrier. So you technically have 3 shields when you consider that immunity ward that just helps mitigate damage and prevent death. So because Marietta has to take that down too if they're going to get this. The Deadeye's coming out, and he does get Roadhog as a result. 3 of the Pioneers are already down, so this might be it. 4 of the Pioneers are down, so this could be that last push that Mount Union needs.
Pioneers lost most of their team here. Looks like it's going to be captured in overtime right now if they don't have anyone in it, which I don't think they're going to be able to get anybody in there. So that looks like that's going to be the end of the game and also the end of the series of a 2-0 win of Mount Union over Marietta.
Yeah, so it is an unfortunate loss, but I mean, the Pioneers did their best. They definitely had some good moments, but I think a lot of it just came down to the comp that Mount Union had. Double shield with Bastion just helps reduce a lot of that damage. So it's just kind of hard to counter that. All right, so with that, so we're not done just yet. That does conclude the matches, but in a couple minutes, we're going to try to interview at least one person from Overwatch and from League of Legends, just to kind of get their perspective like we were talking before with someone from the Rocket League team. So don't go away. We'll be right back.
All right, guys. I am here with Drayton.
Yep.
Hi, Drayton. What was your gamer tag in
Shaken Dwarf.
Shaken Dwarf? And which of the games were you playing? Were you in the Overwatch team?
I was the first game of the Overwatch team.
The first game of the Overwatch team. How long have you been playing Overwatch?
I've been playing a couple of years. Just recently got back into it to rejoin the team or join the team. So
Okay. In the first game, you guys were playing on King's Row. You guys weren't able to get into that zone to start the escort. Like, what do you feel like didn't work, or why couldn't you get in there?
I think we're just adapting to how how everybody plays and the overall just feel of the game.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the guys are newer or have just picked Overwatch back up or are playing for the first time on PC. So it's a process for us to get back into or get into a state where we're comfortable with a wide variety of characters, so we can switch and counter the opponent in the way that we need to be doing it.
Okay. Yeah, at the end there, I saw you guys kind of switching up and using Orisa and Reinhardt to try to like swap out for shields and stuff like that. So I think it was a good play trying to move in there. It just happened a little too late into the game that you guys weren't able to capitalize on it. But as far as the game and everything, and you, like, one of my favorite characters is Mei. Like, do you have a favorite like role and or character that you do?
I prefer Junkrat DPS.
Okay.
Which, if people actually play Overwatch, they're going to be mad at me for saying that.
They're mad at me for playing Mei, so I understand.
Yeah. My secondary role is healer, so I'll back on Lucio and Zenyatta, but we needed a Lucio, and I don't have as much experience as I needed to execute that well.
Okay. All right. Well, we look forward to future matches here on the Great Lakes Esports Conference. I imagine we'll see more out of you and the other players as we continue every Saturday here. Next week, you guys got Trine University. Is there anything you want to work on before you have your next match Saturday?
I think we just gotta work on variety of characters. I definitely need to get in and playing more Lucio, if that's what we're going to be needing out of me. So I think we need to adapt better to the roles that we all have.
All right. Well, thank you very much. It was a good game. I look forward to seeing more next weekend.
Yep. All right. Thanks.
See ya.
I swapped. Oh, damn! I swapped it.
All right.
All right, guys. We're gonna see who else we have here. We may be talking to a few League of Legends players here. Give me just 1 second. All right, guys. I'm here with what is your name?
I'm Knox in game, Lucas Danford.
Lucas Danford. And are you as far as in college, are you a senior? Or
Yep.
Okay.
Senior.
So you're a senior. And which games did you play?
I play League of Legends. I played in both games. Jarvan the first game, Sejuani the second game.
Okay. So you're mainly the jungler then for the League of Legends team.
Yep.
How long have you been playing the League of Legends?
I started playing League of Legends freshman year of high school, so about 7 years now.
Okay. And your team for League of Legends, you guys have been playing for a little while?
Yeah, we started the team last fall. Yeah, last fall, sorry. And then we were actually the ones who initially approached President Rude about starting the esports program. So it's a really cool experience to be part of that.
Well, good. Thank you for that.
Sure.
So in the League of Legends, it was a best of 3. You guys won with 2 matches.
Mm-hmm.
With your first match with Jarvan and stuff, how did you feel that it went as far as the game? You guys seem to have fairly good synergy. Did your character choices be based on the synergy of your characters as well? Or was it more of a personal priority of like who you thought you would be good with?
It's a little bit of both. We did some pre-match scouting throughout the week, kind of discerning what kind of playstyle we were expecting Mount Union to be playing. And then I'm also, I play a lot of Jarvan. So it was a fairly easy pick up right there at the beginning when they didn't ban it. I played a little sloppy early, but we ended up being able to communicate, work together, keep the vision up, and put pressure on Mountain Union, push into their base, push into their jungle, kind of take away all their resources. So I think it went well. We also thought about our own comp as far as what style we want to play. Do we want to be aggressive and kind of force the pressure onto them, or do we want to farm up, sit back, wait for late game, and then just out-rotate, out-macro them? So
And then into your second match, the first match they banned Sejuani, but they didn't choose to in the second match. So is that opening up what you initially wanted to do the first match? Is Sejuani one of your favorites as far as jungler?
So we actually initially did want the Jarvan in the first match, so we were pretty excited they didn't ban it. But then the second match, after we picked the Zyra Rakan, I figured I'd be a little more useful on something tanky. We have a lot of engagement set up between Rakan and I can get my ultimate out and lock up one person, then MC Cowboy can follow up on the Rakan and keep them locked up so we can get the kill and force our advantage through numbers. So yeah, Sejuani was the pick we were going for the second game. I think we cleaned up a lot of the issues that we had the first game as far as playing a little sloppy, going for a little greedier plays. And we made sure that we did everything in the second game that we did well the first game as well.
Yeah, you guys I think ended with almost a kill a minute. And one of my favorite plays you guys had was Viger was being attacked on the bottom in the jungle, and Sejuani was able to kind of hold him back just long enough for Viger to get his cooldown on his gate to be able to get a stun where both you guys managed to escape.
Yep.
So you guys had very good synergy between both characters and through players. So you guys did a very good job. We look forward to seeing more of you guys for the League of Legends matches coming up in the future weekends. So.
Yeah, looking forward to more wins.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
We'll see you next weekend.
Sure thing.
All right, welcome back. So I want to thank everyone for their interviews. Thank you guys for watching. So that's going to be it for us today. So thank you for spending your Saturday morning watching a whole bunch of esports games. So we will be back next week up against Trine University. So that's going to be a very exciting match. So if you haven't done so already, please be sure to follow all of our pages. You can follow us on Twitch, Facebook, Twitter, even YouTube. So that way, whenever our videos go out or whenever we have stuff coming up, you'll be the first to know about it. And I also want to take a moment to thank Aaron from Blind Wave for coming here to commentate. I would not have been able to do all this without your help.
Well, it was fun to be here. It was an interesting experience. So maybe you guys will see me more in future weekends.
Yeah, and if you haven't done so, please be sure to give Blind Wave a follow. They have some great content. They do a lot of reaction videos. So please be sure to follow them on their Twitch channel, YouTube, everywhere they're at. They're a great group of guys. So, and we thank you for your support. So I'd ask you guys to be able to support them as well. So with that, thank you again. I hope you have a rest of your day. So let me get one more thing here set up. I should have done this ahead of time, but I did not. Where is that? So that. So with that, so thank you again. We hope you enjoy the rest of your afternoon, and we will see you next week.